Right, guys, welcome to the Monday Club pilot episode with me, Chris, and this is Gary. You might recognise some of us if you're on social media. I'm the owner of Box Fresh, and Gary also has his own podcast, which I've been a guest on a couple of times.
In disguise.
In disguise, aye, with no cameras. So this is the first time I've done this with the cameras.
Yes.
A wee bit nerve-wracking, but we'll stick a filter on it and hopefully it'll look decent. So on both our social media channels, we obviously put wee feelers out. We never really told anybody we were doing this, but just to get some ideas about what we're going to talk about, because pilot episodes generally are
car crash.
Aye, so we're hoping that that's not going to be the case. But I think we've got loads and loads of content to talk about, haven't we?
We'd asked for pet peeves, pet hates, things that really annoy you. You'd asked for some content as well. The pet peeves one.
I actually hate pet peeves. Some people say pet peeves. That peeves me.
I've said it to some people who don't know what it means. Then you go pet hates and I'm like, alright. Or just things that piss you off.
Can we call it pet hates?
Aye,
I don't like peeves.
Right, I'll give you mine, right?
Ask peeves.
I'll give you one right off the bat. It's a two-pronged. See folk that fucking film themselves plating their Chinese and all that up, and see the folk that watch this happening. Who gets home with a Chinese like that, moan everybody in to get the phone on and film coming out the tray?
I know.
Who does that?
Well, one of the lassies that works for me, she always says your phone eats first, right? It's a young, it must be a young person thing, but you're right. But have you ever seen the guy, is it on TikTok, the Rap God?
Aye.
I'm addicted to the videos though. Do you know what I mean? When he just whacks all that stuff on a big rap, sticks it in and under the George Foreman. Do you know what I mean? I think that's quite cool, but I get that, like, because everybody's dinner looks the same. So they get salt and chilli chips, they've got a chicken curry,
chips,
rice, prawn crackers. They're not putting the full dinner out though, because they want to make it. When I get a Chinese, I just go like that with the rice
and just put it in a plate,
flatten it with a spoon, pour all the food on it, and then it's gone. That's the whole lot's getting eaten.
Honestly, see folk that watch somebody unboxing some shite that they've got for H&M or Zara. Watch my unboxing.
Aye.
Who comes in for the shops and goes, everybody sit down, I'm going to unbox what I've bought.
What outfit of the day? That's another one.
What,
see, to be fair though, I did an unboxing yesterday, a jacket a guy wanted to sell, and I was a bit like,
You're in that, you're pigeonholed on that now.
And it was one of the ones I cut the tissue and all that, and then we made an arse of the first take, so we had to redo it, and I was like, that tissue's cut, so it wasn't really an unboxing, it'd already been unboxed, but I get that as well. I hate all the outfit of the days, and people then get dressed and know how to do that. They jump up, and then when they land, and they've got a different outfit on.
Or when they go, for everybody asking about what, nobody's fucking asking, mate. Nobody's asking what kind of shop you've got on. Or
I've tagged them. Thanks very much to Nike for all this gear that they've went and bought out the Nike shop.
I seen one the other day, and Mum was like, she was tying a scarf. She was like, for everybody that's asked how to tie my scarf, who's asking that? You ever watched a video and went, how does that person do it? How do you tie the lace?
Shows who's asked. That's it. We should be able to just respond back in the comments, say, show us some screenshots of who's actually asked that, because it's lies.
It should be like that bit on, see the bit on Twitter now that verifies what you're saying?
Aye.
That should be on every social thing, where you can press a button and just go bullshit.
What do you call that again, the bit at the bottom? Who sits and checks all that out, by the way?
Big Elon.
Aye.
HQ.
Aye. Community notes. That's what it is. There should be community notes.
Aye. It just
Instagram.
Does my nutting.
Instagram in general does my nutting, to be fair.
Like 4 people watching. Hi guys, thanks for returning. Fuck off.
That's what it is. There'll be 4 people watching.
Mate, there'll be at least 12.
2 of my aunties and my mum. And that's the thing as well, because I'm like, I said to a couple of people, I'm going on this podcast, I'm going to need to phone my mum. She doesn't know about this, because see whenever I put it on like TikTok, that you're bloody swearing, your language is atrocious, you're speaking like a big Ned, and I'm like, oh my god, she's going to see this and be mortified. Absolutely mortified. She didn't bring you up like this.
Might be the first subscriber.
I know. I had to set up TikTok for her the other day, because I was showing her TikTok. She went, that's actually quite funny. So she's all that now. She's following all the accounts and everything, but she'll be fuming about this.
You're going to, if you go in the night and she's like doing a plate my Chinese or something, you're going to step in and deal with that, by the way.
Outfit of the day.
Honestly. You're going to get someone a shite for that.
I know.
But I stand by it.
Aye, no. Yeah. Do you know what annoys me, right? I know we're not going into football teams or anything like that, right? But see grown men that wear football gear, like just in the day to day,
like full kits.
Like you'll be walking up Buchanan Street and there's a guy with like a football top on, out doing shopping, holding his missus on. I'm like,
well, what's the age cut off here?
I think the age cut off's 15. I genuinely think it's 15. if you get to 16, then you're a working man, right? You can get a job. I don't even wear football tops going to the football. Like, I've maybe worn one under a jacket, but no, like pure, I've got my football top on.
What about 90 quid now?
No, I know. That's if you can afford them, But I just think, if I'm playing football, I'll wear a football top. But could you go out for dinner wearing a football top?
No.
No.
Can't be end of that relationship.
Absolutely not. Like, full tracksuit. The absolute worst is when you go on holiday and the full family's got the full strip on. Like,
but
mate,
then
come
I
on,
think
man.
that's a Scottish thing.
Do you think so?
Well, Scottish and probably central London.
I remember going on holiday, the first holiday I went on with my missus, right, and there's a photo of me and I've got a football top on, right, sitting out for dinner, and see when I look at it now, I pure cringe. I'm like,
What age were you?
20.
Way past the
22
cut-off.
maybe. I know, but I'm matured now, so I know that was ridiculous. But I look at it and I go, why did I even take a football top on holiday? What was I thinking about?
Because when you're that age, you think it's cool as fuck.
Because she's all dressed up to the nines, like $1 million, and then I'm sitting there with a football top on, and I'm going, nah, mate, that's not for you.
Did she say it to you at the time?
Probably, I can't mind. It was ages ago, but I can't remember. But I'll buy a football top.
Aye.
And half the time they sit with tags on them. But I think it's just one of the things. I've got loads up in the loft and stuff. You know how you buy your teams one all the time, like every season or whatever. I just like to have them, but I wouldn't wear them. I actually want to say to people, mate.
Well, yeah.
I'm forgetting now. But you know what I mean, mate? Don't do that. Just don't do it.
I agree with you, but I was on Instagram yesterday and I seen a retro Corinthians top, and it looks like an absolute worldie. I'll send you it.
Would you wear it if you were going out for a steak?
No.
Where would you wear it to then?
Don't know. The gym? Is it acceptable to wear it at the gym?
No. And see people that go to my gym who wear football tops, I'm judging you like 100%. I'm like, mate, do not do that.
Where am I going to wear it then?
I don't know.
Just kicking about the house?
Aye, out cutting the grass.
Somebody comes to the door, I got a hoodie on.
Do you know, I think though that just I don't know if it's just a West of Scotland thing. I don't know. It depends. If people just judge you, people just judge, whether it's Celtic, whether it's Rangers. People just look at you and go judging you. Do you know what I mean? But see, if you went into like a cafe and you were getting a own sausage or something like that, and you had a All Firm tap on, do you know? I think if the chef, I don't know, this sounds terrible probably, is behind there going, is that right? Aye. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean?
I've never thought that deep about it, but now I'm going to be paranoid. When
I just always think like that. I just always think people do judge you.
Do you think that's just the actual taupe, or you can get like the zippers or the hoodies? Or do you think it's just?
I think just see the badge. I think just see the badge. I think that's what happens.
Aye. The ones that I do judge, see folk that are at football, right, and they've got, say you've got like you've got players that are like, you've got some right good looking players that have played for Rangers and Celtic, and you've got like women that like Mrs. Lovencrans or something on the back of their top. Fuck off.
I've not seen that. I've not seen that for a while.
Used to see it all the time.
Aye. Last year I went to school with, she was obsessed. It was Peter Lovencrans actually. I'm sure it was. I know she'll watch this. I'll not even name names, right? But she was obsessed, man. She's like, I know where he gets his petrol and all that thing. And I was like, wow, man, wow.
That's just fucking bonkers, man.
I know. I've not seen it like that for a while, but I remember that used to be massive back in the day, didn't it?
It's just creepy, innit?
Mrs. Lovencrans.
Wonder what he's thinking, driving about and he sees all these fucking
Buzzing.
tops.
Yeah, absolutely
Do you
buzzing.
think?
Oh, all day. Yeah, of course you would be.
I don't know, man.
Aye.
They're touch a fucking baby reindeer there, aren't they?
No, well, it depends. If you see that person all the time, but if you're driving down Great Western Road and you see somebody with that in the back of their tap, you'd be buzzing. Especially if you're a good looking guy that looks after yourself. Do you know what I mean? You've got a bit of an ego about you. You'll be like,
I'd have a wee bit of fear about it, I know.
You'd be the horn.
It's me.
Just a fan.
No, I'd have a wee bit of thing about it. Right, the football top one, right, I'll just need to find somewhere to wear it. I'm fucking down the garden or something then.
It's pyjamas. I see in the winter, sometimes I'll wear a football top as pyjamas. I think that's acceptable. Just no in public.
Aye. Can I get
we're
that
buying
one? 90 quid tops to wear in the house in our bed.
Aye.
I'll give you that one. But I'll start listening, see when I show you this top, you'll be like, I'm getting it.
Vintage ones, I'll maybe let slip if you're going out for a pint with the boys or something like that. But
Aye. But then I don't know a lot of guys that really do that.
age 15's a cut-off point.
But like a 16-year-old.
I used to be a football taps all the time when I was a wee guy.
I used to go to Mega Sports in Parkhead.
Oh, I was talking about that the other day and I couldn't remember the name.
And they
you
used
could
to
buy like 1860 München.
The Dortmund, like the luminous yellow. Aye.
Continental.
But you could get it for like a tenner.
Aye, that's right. And you could get like shorts and socks, but they were never for the same tap. They were like the previous season. So
96 to 94 shorts.
Aye, that shop was class.
Aye.
That was one of the boys in work about that the other day.
That was the shop you could go to. Greaves was like the shop if you won the lottery or something,
Aye.
or somebody fucking won at the bingo.
And it was like in Greaves you could look at it like the posters in HMV.
Aye, like the frames.
Aye, like no, can I afford that? Can I afford that? You get any for free a year ago, mate? I know.
Right, I'll give you that one. I'll accept that.
Thank you.
What was some of the other ones? I'm trying to think of some of the ones that the folk on my page had sent in. What about when you're, this is one for drivers, when you're driving, coming up to a roundabout, somebody in front of you, roundabout's clear, and they just slam the brakes on and stop and look and just wait, and then by that time there's motors coming in. That boils my piss.
Usually older people want it, like they're pure overcautious.
I don't know, man. I think it's a mix now. Like, people used to say older drivers are the worst. I would counter that with middle age.
Do you think so?
Aye.
Are we middle-aged?
Aye. Well,
I don't stop at roundabouts, so I wouldn't say I'm middle-aged.
Depends what the cut-off is for middle age. I asked my daughter and she said 45, so I'm taking that. I'm still young.
Aye, right, okay. I don't stop at roundabouts, but I would think it was older people, but I get it.
Probably a mixture of that and folk that drive Fiat 500s. They just fuck the brakes on.
Aye.
Have a wee look about. Nothing anywhere near you.
Like Mario Kart.
Aye. No need.
She talked about driving. I hate, you see people that get road rage and then like pure, like guys that will toot the horn at you like as they're driving past you in the motorway, staring in, and you're looking at them and you think to yourself, you were a virgin until you were 25. Why are you being so aggressive towards me? Like, seriously. And then as they'll go past, they're pure rage with the Blair Drummond Safari Park bumper sticker on the back. And I'm like, mate, do not toot the horn at me. And I'm not saying I'm a violent person, but let's pull in and we'll have a wee discussion, because you'll not be tooting the horn like that. If I get out and come up to your motor, you're locking your doors. I know for a fact. Don't speak to me like that. That annoys me, because then I get raging. Do you know what I mean? Does that not annoy you?
I don't really get road. I get annoyed at just folk that, see if you're like on the motorway and folk just fire into lanes, no indicator or anything, shit like that. Winds me up. But in general, I don't really get up or down about it. I know what you mean though. You get pure passive aggressive crackpots.
Aye.
When you're out, just fucking horns gone, try to drive into a space, and you're like.
Especially when you're not at fault, like if they're at fault but still tooting at you, and the guy's wife will be sitting there, like, you can tell they're pure tutting, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And their gardens are pristine, do you know what I mean? They're out pruning the flowers every day, and he washes his motor every third day and waxes it, and then he's getting road rage towards me. Nah, no happening, mate. That annoys me. That is one of my worst. One of my worst. Another one that annoys me as well, I feel as if I get dead annoyed all the time, but pet hate is, it's obviously business wise, but see people that will send a message to you and they'll look for like, can you do this, can you do that, whatever it is, and you don't get back to them straight away, and it's everybody just wants an answer instantly. And then they start sending question marks to you. That's see at first I would be like, oh, sorry for the delay, blah blah blah. Now I'm just like, I don't need you, mate. Like, red flag, absolute red flag. I did a video about it the other day, and it's just, you know, they're going to be a problem further down the line, and I just don't engage with them. I just like, see the question mark comment, I just like it, and then don't reply ever back to them. Like, you're not for me, go somewhere else. Do you know, I think that's just pure rude. But do you know what I did? Do you know what I did recently? See, we were advertising for staff, and so we got loads and loads of CVs all sent in, right? But CVs just all look the same. Like, it's they obviously CVs actually annoy me, but I done it a wee bit differently. So everybody that applied that I thought decent, I sent him an email back saying, send me a 30 to 40 second video of why we should give you the job and why you want to work here.
Right.
And I think about 9 people responded. Dynamite, absolutely golden. See, just for that wee bit of, because our thing's quite unique. Do you know what I mean? Box fresh, and the staff are all brilliant as well. We have a cracking time at work. Everybody loves it. So you need to really fit in. Do you know, you don't want to bring a bad egg in. But that, see, for business people, absolutely golden. Do you know what I mean? You can see, like, if you really want the job,
Aye.
you'll do it. So to a lot of people go, I'm not making a 40-second video.
I'd 100% delete that as soon as you sent that.
Would you?
Aye.
Would you not do it?
No.
How no?
I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm fucking trying to get into judges' houses or something in X Factor.
Well, that is a bit of what it's like, isn't it? I actually, see, talking about that, we were talking about that the other day. I used to coach football kids. And some of them might actually still believe this and watch this, but I'm out myself here now anyway, and I pure told all the wins that I was on X Factor and I got to judges' houses. I can't mind if it was Louis' house or Cheryl Cole. I think she was Cheryl Fernandez Vicini, remember at the time?
Oh, fuck yeah.
And got to judges' houses and all that and just got put out, and they all believed it. And they were pure telling their parents and all that. And they're like, were you on X Factor? And I'm like, aye. I'll try and dig out the YouTube video, and it was just lies. Absolutely.
Crushed about 14 wee guys' dreams there.
I know. And my kid, I don't know, I must be a mad compulsive liar, but I told my two Waynes that I used to coach Messi, right? This was before they liked football. Like they went to dancing and all that, and they just weren't into football. But now they both play football. Both two girls, right? They play football and they love it, absolutely love it, right? And my oldest went into school and it was like, it wasn't show and tell, but it was like stand up and tell a story in front of the class. She says, my dad used to coach Messi, blah, blah, blah. And all the wee boys were all sniggering. No, I never. And the teacher's like, I think your dad might be having you on. She came back and she's like, Dad, were you lying to me about coaching Messi? And I was like, why? She went, I stood up in front of my whole class and told everybody, and all the boys were laughing and they're still laughing at me. And I was like, oh, crushed in the heart.
Outrageous.
I know. It's bad, innit? You always get found out for these things, especially when you come on a podcast and tell people you weren't actually on X Factor.
He was kicking about Glasgow for a few weeks when he was younger.
Judges' houses, but aye. So I might do that next time if I'm advertising for jobs. Why don't you come on and do a rap song?
If somebody said make a video of that, I'd be like, no, fuck this, man, I don't need this.
I think our workplace is dead social media.
Aye.
So, I was advertising for somebody to come in and like run sold and basically be front of house and be on camera as well. So I thought, well, if you're not up for doing that, then what's the point?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye. No, that's fair enough.
But so I started with Josh, and I keep threatening him now every time he says something. I will post your audition video on TikTok if you don't make me a coffee right now.
Did any of them do it in quirky, like singer or anything? No?
Nah, it was quite serious. It was good though. I would do that again. I'd definitely do that again.
But like a 40-second rap?
Maybe.
Or a freestyle?
Or pick if you were a wrestler, pick the theme song for your intro.
Hulk Hogan in it.
And I want you to walk into your living room with your intro playing.
Best in that. I'd do that. 100% I'd do that.
See, I just do mad stuff. I've definitely got undiagnosed ADHD. Like, I don't know if it was ripping at me now on this, but it's crazy. The ups and downs are mental, man.
There'll be folk watching this going, I'm never applying for a job in there.
But there'll be folk going, I have got all of his symptoms. They'll be pure relatable, man. What? So on that, right? So this isn't just me and your podcast, isn't it?
No.
So we are bang up for like getting random people.
Aye.
We don't even want famous people.
Unless they're like psychos or that, need to draw the line that's a football top, so we need to have a cut-off limit.
Well, I think we get them on and then we find out they're a psycho. But I think we delve right into it, like Jeremy Kyle. But if people want to come on, then they can message us, can't they, and say, like, can I be a guest?
Aye.
There's an extra seat.
Well, that's what we want as well. We want folks' dilemmas, want things that you're thinking about. You can't make a decision. We'll share
We'll
it.
decide
we'll
for
make
you.
a decision for
We
you.
will decide for you.
Aye.
I do a lot of that. I feel like as if I'm like a bit of an agony uncle.
But you've got a lot of young folk in your work.
Aye.
So they'll talk to you about stuff like that.
Aye. Sometimes I tell them things and then I go home and go, fuck, what if they really do that?
Mate, I'll sit and work and folk will be like, oh, that thing was for like decades ago. It was like 2004 and I'm sitting there greeting into my fucking lunch.
I know. How
Honestly,
bad is that?
mate, see like 19, 20-year-olds, they think like the 90s and the 90s was like just before World War II.
Aye.
That's the way they talk, as if they should be talking about it in history in school.
Do you know do you see like growing up in that period, but do you know, I think it was amazing? Like,
Oh, without social media and all that.
see, like, I think that I've had a more privileged upbringing. I've grown up more privileged than coming from a scheme than somebody that's came from like Newton Mearns or Bearsden. I think you get a better upbringing.
See, when you think about it as well, if you were to put like phones and that back into that, I would never be able to afford one anyway.
I had a phone at 16.
I
never had a football tap, I had a phone.
I had a phone with a BT Cellnet.
Aye.
That was my first phone.
They were like they were the OG phones.
BT Cellnet, and what was it, 1 to 1? That was the other phone company, and
That's
there was I don't know if Orange were kicking about at that point.
Orange were, and Vodafone.
Aye. That
Remember the
was like
Vodafone shop, because you'd go in and buy a top-up card.
That's right. Aye.
The
And you could only
the top-up card.
picture messaging and all that just
Nah,
wasn't a thing.
Nah, whenever you Bluetooth, remember, like, you had... Remember that one?
The first one that I remember with Bluetooth was the Sony Ericsson, the music phone, and you had to stand next to somebody for them to Bluetooth a song.
Right. That's right. Or you could, like, infrared, and you could touch them, couldn't you? Touch phones.
Mate, I would have hated high school.
Aye.
I couldn't do high school the now. See, with phones and socials and all that.
Aye.
You can't even, if you make a mistake, it's fucking everywhere.
I know.
Think of all the stuff you got up to when you were that age that was just, you were just out with your pals doing fucking daft
But
things.
you would go out, like, you'd get your breakfast in the morning. See, in summer holidays, you would get your breakfast and you would just go out.
Aye.
And then that's it. You would come in at like 10, half 10 at night, and nobody would see you. My mum and dad never knew where we were. We were out, like, building dens, setting fires, just running mental.
Aye.
Like, where I grew up, we had the canal, the Kelvin. There was so much but it was amazing.
Aye.
It was absolutely brilliant.
But you can entertain yourself. Like, I think now kids just want cash, man. They just want to go and buy clobber or go into the town or just do whatever. But there just wasn't that level of disposable money.
Aye. I think, see, getting into the town now, like, you see when my kids are older, I think the town now is a shithole, an absolute shit. We used to get the bus into the town on a Saturday and a Sunday, and we would just mess about. We'd go into like JD and try Lacoste tracksuits on, or we'd go to the bars on a Sunday, or just mess about in the town. That was like where we hung about at the weekends, and it was fine. There was obviously people roaming about and all that, groups of gangs or whatever. We never really got into any trouble. But see now, I think the town's just horrible. Even as an adult getting in, I'm just
I
like,
don't enjoy it at all.
People keep saying to me, would you take a shop in the town? And I'm like, absolutely not. Every second shop's shut down. There's just horrible people hanging about in the town. It's expensive, but it's just run down.
Aye.
I walked up Sucky Hall Street the other day and I was just like, what has happened here?
Sucky Hall Street's like something out of Resident Evil.
Oh, it's so bad.
But it's just been allowed to get in.
Aye, it's just
But
deteriorating.
it's just I used to quite enjoy wandering about the town, but now I'm like,
There's like one street in the town that you go, right,
Aye.
that's fine, and you would go there and then that's it. But
Aye.
everything else is just, see, like where Royal Exchange Square is, round about there, the Four Corners, it's
Aye.
wild, man, absolutely wild.
Four Corners, it's always been wild, though, isn't it?
It's been, but it used to be like goths hung about the Four Corners.
We had Goffs and Neds, and there was like a kind of corner for each group,
Aye.
and then they all just kind of merged after 11 o'clock.
But I just think it's horrible now. I hate it. And then even driving in the town, like you need to be a rocket scientist to be able to manage how to do that. And that's if your motor can even get in.
Aye, true.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
All the bus lanes and
I used to go to the Forge a lot.
a bus gate. I love the Forge.
See, when I look at it now, man, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing down here?
Nah, I see when you said about the Forge in the football shop,
Aye.
like we used to get the bus to the Forge, and then we had to get another bus to my grand's. My grand's died in Bailliston, so we had to get two buses out. But we'd stop in the Forge and go to Asda, get messages and all that, and mess about, or sometimes go to the pictures in there.
Aye.
Seen her like all the pure blockbusters at the Forge.
Aye.
So I've got a pure sentimental thing for it. I love it. I'll not hear don't ever say a bad word against
Used
the
to
Forge.
go to the Forge all the Forge Market or down at the barracks to get your dodgy games for the PlayStation.
Aye. The Forge Market, I remember getting, it was like a dupe Lynx at the Forge Market, and I went back to my grand's and sprayed it. I was like, oh, I've got deodorant. Pure burnt my armpits, man. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Mum was like, oh, get that in the bin. It
Dupe with
smelled amazing,
3Ps.
but it burnt me. It was like flesh-eating fucking tin of deodorant, man. And Pitago in a can.
I still
That's what it
think
was
that. See, when I'm out the now and you're in like, I was in Braehead last night and you've got these stalls and they're like, oh, do you want to try this aftershave? That's still in my head that it's like a pure knockoff of like some chemical lab somewhere and there's like all
at
sorts in
Braehead,
it.
the one at Braehead, you mean?
Aye.
Does that not look quite dear, that stuff?
I don't know. I just always think, no, that just looks proper iffy, man.
No, I think it looks quite luxurious. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's what they want you to think, though.
I know, but the lassies are always well dressed and the guys are always dressed smart and all that.
Aye, but what lies behind it?
I don't know. We'll need to find
I mean.
out. If you know,
That's what
leave
I
in
mean.
the comments. How
Can't
much
polish
is that
a
after
turd.
shave? But it doesn't matter if it's dear. That doesn't make it good, does it?
No, because you can get them in like your Zara's and
Aye.
it's just the ones that you buy and it's like a rip-off and the smell goes away after about 40 seconds.
Aye. No, I get that.
You've got to, that's my, one of my pet hates, go to smell nice all the time.
Aye. I said that the other day. You need to be the nicest smelling man. I'm the nicest smelling man in this room. I don't care what you used to say.
No. Absolutely no.
What are you wearing today?
Clinique Happy.
Clinique Happy? Like the orange one?
Don't come for Clinique Happy.
Is that the one in the orange bottle?
Aye.
I remember a guy gave me that when we were in swimming in PE. That's ancient. You are middle-aged.
Mate, classic.
I got influenced the other day on TikTok.
Right.
Penhaligon's. Is it the Blazing Mr. Sam?
Right.
Some guy, I don't know, he kept appearing on my TikTok saying, go get Penhaligon's. He says he's no gatekeeping. He wasn't gatekeeping, it's dynamite. That is good. But the bottle weighs a ton, man. So it's like, and it's got a big stag seed on it, a big gold stag seed.
See the problem you've got now though? You buy like a nice aftershave and then you've got wee guys kicking about wearing it and all for 14, 15, you're like, you've ruined that.
No.
You've ruined that for a generation.
I think that's kind of, I know I'm wearing a Stone Island jumper, but I think that's kind of what's happened with Stone Island. I like Stone Island, but I feel as if it's been sabotaged a wee bit.
Where have these wee guys get the money?
I don't know.
My question.
I don't know. See when you see young kids now in the way they dress going to school, and I'm like, wow, man, you've got about £2,000 worth of clothes on. I used to have the same. I used to wear. My mum bought me I remember one year a pair of Red or Dead shoes, and then I had my trousers, we had to wear uniform at school, and you know how your winter jacket that you wear like from summer to winter. Like, I've bought you that, you're wearing it, and you're wearing
it doesn't matter what happens.
25 degrees outside, and you get a big Arsene Wenger winter jacket on, and a school bag, and then that lasted you the year. Do you know, we weren't poor, do you know what I mean? But I always got what I needed, but. That's what you wore, but now you see them because they come into my shop and they're like,
different levels.
Can they get these trainers clean £900 deals to school and all that? And I'm like, this is mental.
It's wild. I used to get fucking like 5 Ben Sherman shirts at the start of the year and be like, that's you to January.
Class. Absolutely class.
But that's the thing, you look at that now and you're like, see if you were to hand that to a kid now, they'd be like, I'm not wearing that.
Aye.
Not a chance, man.
No.
£200 jumper or a hoodie that they then just chucked down and.
I think we probably all did look the same as well back then because it was like there was only so many different colours of Ben Sherman shirts, weren't there? But I feel like we guys now, I don't know so much about girls, but young boys at school, the stuff they're wearing's crazy, man. And I think as well, there's such a big gap then. So if you're wearing a £250 jumper to school, there's kids there who've got nothing, and that's a massive big gap now. Whereas I remember like if somebody got a new pair of Air Max or whatever that maybe 50, 60 quid. They would maybe get 2 pairs of them every year, whereas everybody else just had 1 pair for the whole year, maybe.
Everybody in the school knew they'd a new pair of trainers.
But now it's like the difference is just young people are just getting constantly all the time. But I don't know about you. I'm guilty of that. I can't say no.
It's hard, but you balance it against kind of where does it end?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? It's I try and have a kind of happy medium, but I know what you mean. It's hard to say no.
Aye, that's the thing. Like if I said to my dad when I was a young boy, how can I get £100 jumper? But no.
It used to be like you can have that or that.
Aye.
It was never we'll get your ish. You can have the trainers and you need to have the school trousers, and it would be like a 40-minute standoff in a shop where you try to persuade them to buy the bay for them. Get
a paper round and save up. Like I remember my paper round made me like £13 a week. Do you know what I mean?
Sundays were dynamite, mate.
Do you think so?
Papers, aye. I had about 80 customers.
I'm going to call my uncle out on this, right? I don't know if he probably won't watch it. I'm calling him out because the Sunday mail used to be, say it was like 60 pence, right? So I would go and get my paper money. You deliver your papers and then later on in the Sunday you go in and get your money. Is that how you did yours?
Aye.
So that's what mine was. So that was fine. Then the Sunday mail went up to like 80 pence. So he would still give me the £1, so I was like 20 pence tip. And then it got to like 90 pence or 95 or whatever. And I was delivering it. And I was getting, then the tip was just going, phew. And he's a generous guy, right? He is a generous guy. But I was like, and then I'm pretty sure he started owing me money for the papers. I think I was buying his papers at one point because I was like, he's not giving me the right money. He doesn't know the prices changed on this. But I suppose that I should have said to him, by the way,
the prices
went up.
Sundays were decent. I had about 70, I don't know, Balana, about 75, 80 customers.
Did you?
2 perverts that used to just get a Sunday sport.
2 perverts.
Every weekend.
Do you know what I was thinking the other day, right? See, because see, talking about perverts, see, back in the day before, like, people said about pedos and all that, right? I remember my mum used to say things like, stay away from that guy, he's a dirty old man. Pedos used to get called dirty old men, didn't they? But now it's like, because there's rife everywhere, they're everywhere. It's like pure paedophiles, whatever else. But they used to just be branded dirty old men back in the day. Stay away from him, dirty old man. You could tell.
Or when you're See, when you used to go somewhere, I still see some people do it now with their kids. And they're like kids acting up or something, and there's like a wee security guard or somebody working in the shop, and they're like, that bad man will take it away. Guy's just stunning there like that.
Minding his own
Fucking
business.
what?
I know.
There's the bad man.
That's terrifying, isn't it?
Wild patter.
I know.
Let's just shoulder that guy with fucking
I know.
years of psychological warfare.
Exactly.
He's a bad
Poor
man.
security guard minding his own business, man.
Wild, mate. You had also asked for some subjects. You got some mental responses.
I think some of them we could save for like episode 3. See when we get fed up with this and we want cancelled, then I think then we bring them out.
That's when we wheel in that wee rap.
What's wrong with my customers, by the way? Some of them are tapped, didn't they? Like some of the responses they were putting in, I'm like, guys, come on. But they were trying to take this semi-serious, you know what I mean? We'll have a wee laugh in that, but it was crazy.
Mental, mate.
Crazy.
The one that I liked the look at was talking about like holidays and that when you were a wee guy, which are totally different now. Like folk are going to fucking Dubai and all that. I went to Butlins every summer, like without fail. Didn't go to Spain until I was about 14, 13, 14, and I would still maintain that my best holidays were like going down there when I was a wee guy. And you'd like, everything was free. Carnival was free. You could play football all day with wee random guys that you met for fucking everywhere. Swimming was like 20 pence. Mental, like, and then you look at it now and you've got wee Wayne's kicking about Dubai for 6 weeks in the summer. It's just totally different.
I know.
Totally
it's a different world, isn't it? I remember, like, my auntie stays in Rossie, so I used to get shipped over there. My mum used to have the best summer holiday ever. I just used to go put on that boat and just see her laugh.
I've never been to Rossie.
See you later, fucker. And it would just be, I mean, that is the best times of my life, without a doubt. So my cousins were there, they were all sort of similar age, but my cousin David, me and him are like the exact same age. We just hung up, as you say, we played football every day. Like there's a castle there, there's beaches, went fishing, everything. But it's one of the places where people just leave their doors open. Do you know what I mean? There's no crime, there's no bad people. And it was, I mean, I just felt as if the sun was scorching all the time. Do you know what I mean? And it was unreal. Just probably the people that live there are like, oh, it's crap living here. But for me, it was total escape for like the madness. There was nobody like chasing you to steal your jacket or your hat or anything like that with a blade or anything. It was just pure relaxed.
Totally
and
different.
because I went there and I was like different for them, dressed different and all that. I had my socks and my trackies and everything probably back by me. They're like, who's this guy? You know what I mean?
Out of towner.
That's what it's like. But then obviously the more I went, then people got to know me and I ended up making good pals there and all that. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I've never been.
Oh mate, brilliant.
Not been to Millport either.
Millport's it's alright. It's alright. But honestly, mate, I used to see the boat coming back. I used to be in pure tears. Like,
because you had to go home.
I wanted to move there. I probably would. I would move there now just for nostalgia. But I was 13, 14. I shouldn't say this, but I was getting served for booze and all that. Like, because everybody in the shops knew who everybody else was. But they're like, because I looked older. And then I was getting everybody's drink. I was like a pure hero. Breaking all the lasses' VLs and everything, man. It was amazing. It was so good.
Just swooning in like a fucking charmer for 6 weeks.
Catching fish off the pier, no bother. 4 mackerel at a time. Boom. It was honestly, they're the best thing. My best memories for growing up.
I hope somebody watches this. I kissed Chris when he was 13, 14.
That could be awkward, isn't it? I think I'm actually a good kisser, so you probably would remember it.
Oh, please get in touch if you were one of these.
Come on the podcast.
Lucky girls for Rossie.
Chat about growing up in Rossie.
Aye, back in the day.
What a place, man.
This will be a fucking can of worms, right? How many questions did you get saying conspiracy theories and... What's your... There's loads of different ones. What's the one that like genuinely fries your nut?
I go pure like... See, like the moon landings, I went down the rabbit hole with that. Like, I done everybody's nut and I was pure NASA daft for ages. I bought a NASA t-shirt and everything. I know it's pathetic. I know it is so sad.
That's up there with fucking football tops.
But see people that go, oh, they never landed on the moon and all that. I'm like, they did. They definitely did. I think they did. Do you know?
I don't know. The only thing that makes me think there's a bit of doubt about it is the lack of activity since.
But it did go after that.
Yeah, but you'd think it would happen more regular.
But it's just the cost though. So would you keep going and doing? if you go to the moon. Do you know what I mean? I think it's strange that they say, because obviously technology is advanced now, and I think it's strange that they go, like, because obviously it would still cost a lot to go and do it, but why not do it now, like this generation? I get that, but I definitely think today. But then I see things and it's like Buzz Aldrin getting pure called out and then battering people and all that. Do you know? Have you seen that? Because they're like, you never landed in the moon, and he just goes around attacking people that say that. But I think they did. But I got invested in it proper.
Right.
Seeing was it the 25th anniversary or something? Or was it the 50th actually? Maybe the 50th.
It must be the 50th.
Aye, 50th. Well, I watched everything. There's a video on YouTube and it's like minute by minute, like the whole commentary, the whole thing. I wouldn't admit to have watched that, right? But I proper went down a rabbit hole with it.
Sitting in the house with your NASA t-shirt now.
All the things.
Let's talk about customer issues.
I said to somebody before, somebody said, can you fix my trainers, blah, blah, blah. I says, no bother, send us some pics. She sent selfies. Jenny, I swear to God. And I was like, where do we go for here? Like, that is a genuine gospel story. Like, I wish I could go back and fight. No, I don't, because I wouldn't embarrass somebody, but I was like, nah, we're a different generation, man. Send some pics. Not even pics, send some pictures. I said, like, pics sounds seedy. Send some pictures. And then it was so shocking.
What did you reply?
Shocking, man. I was just like,
just like it and leave it?
No, I think at that time I was like pure professional, like choking for business. You know what I mean? I wasn't at the stage now where I can be like, right, I'll just disengage, man.
Fucking hell.
Aye.
That's
send some
brilliant.
photos of the pictures, but I saw because somebody did comment like stories about like famous customers, and that. But most of the guys we get in are football players who are absolutely sound. Like, I wouldn't hear a bad word against any of them. You see guys like Calvin Bassey and Kenny Miller. Kenny Miller's dynamite for us. He's an all-time cracking guy. And he mentioned us on a podcast. Did we mention rival podcasts and all that? Are they rival podcasts? I don't know.
What podcast? But that's Open Goal.
It was on
Fuck's sake, we're hardly a rival.
It was on Open Goal. We'll sell out the Hydro one day, Gary. Fuck's sake, man.
We could be like Kaz Milligan and that John
Who do you
Ovo.
think's got more ADHD, me or Slaney?
Oh, fuck's sake, he's off his scales, man.
Well, I'm going to need to drink more caffeine.
Why don't
next
you
time
fight
now,
him? Why
aren't
don't you do a charity boxing match?
I? Nah, I can't fight.
I don't think he can either,
I
mate.
can't,
To
nah,
be
he would batter me.
honest.
I honestly can't fight.
All the wee drivers now that peep the horn, they're going, like, this guy can't
I
fucking
know.
fight people.
That's
horn.
why they look at me and think I'm a take on. They're like that mug on their way to the safari
You could
park.
be like Kaz, Nacho, you and Slaney.
Oh, by the way, what is that all about?
They're no, if they sell out the Hydro, I'm done with life,
Nah, I
man.
was watching the thing last night. I
Not
actually
a
a guy
fucking chance, man.
used to
I'm
play
done.
football with. He done a TikTok about them. He called them right out. Like, he was saying about how many tickets were sold and all that. I don't think it's gone well.
Is it not like expensive for like the tickets? Is it not?
I don't want to get involved, by the way, because that guy
40,
pure
50
starts
quid?
beefing on it. I can't even not be bothered with that.
Beef?
I don't want to get into a beef with Kaz Milligan. Do you know what happened? See, we Ryan that used to work for me, right? He because your TikTok used to be logged on the work phone,
Right.
And he went on to Kaz Milligan's TikTok and he liked every single video on his TikTok. He just swiping through it and he liked them all. So I was like looking at the phone and I was like, why does he keep coming up on my fucking page? Like he keeps coming up on my For You page. And Ryan was pure gassing himself. He's like, oh, I was just pure laughing. I was like, what is it? And one of the lassies he's went on Kaz Milligan's page and liked every single one of his videos for Box Fresh. And I was like, you're fucking joking, man. Raging.
Mate, it's wild.
I know. I just, enough. I'm not even giving it airtime, man. What was we talking about before that? Because that's much more important.
Issues with customers.
Aye. Famous people. So football, like Calvin Bassey, nicest guy on the planet. And everybody's brand new, like Greg
Right.
Taylor and all that, used his 5 years, does loads for us, excellent. So we don't really have any dramas. We only had one drama, really.
Geese it.
Yeah,
He's the drama.
Do I name names?
It's up to you.
I will paint a picture, and if anybody wants to guess, they can guess, right? So, Love Island, you watch Love Island?
I've seen it. I'm
Fucking
aware of
hate
it.
I hate it, right? But listen, see it, Love Islanders, influencers and all that, they've got a place in business somewhere, right? Wherever. But a Love Islander contacted me, can you sort blah, blah, blah. We've got a mutual connection, right? Can you sort me out, whatever else I need work done?
Right.
So done some work, right? So the way it goes is sometimes there's some sort of agreement in that you'll do X, Y and Z and we'll do some work for you or whatever, right? That's generally how it goes. Sometimes you do something for free, sometimes it's discounted,
Aye.
whatever it is. So at this point it was for nothing. Couple of pairs of trainers sorted out their post, right? So at that point, right, that's fine. So it was just before lockdown. The post social media kind of flopped just before it, because there was nobody was sharing things and businesses were shutting down. So I never really got any traction for it at all. This person had like 1.5 million followers, which I was like, well, that's quite a big deal. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Got like 5 followers out of it. Second time was like, you know how there was like the in between the both lockdowns, it was like everybody go mental and then they'll shut you down again. So it was in the mental bit.
Right.
Same again, do some work, whatever else. I'm like, no bother. Shared again, a wee bit of traction, whatever else. But by that point, we're in good terms. It's like, oh, brilliant with the work, whatever else, really happy with everything, that's fine. Third time, went, so the guy was like, I'm gone. Oh, I've just said it's a guy. Narrowed it down 50%, right?
Folks sent me a notepad and like that.
Exactly. So I'm going away, I think it was Ibiza. I'm going away in 2 days. Can you do me a turnaround, whatever else? So I went and collected the shoes, right? For the guy's barber shop. Got a parking ticket, right? So straight off the bat, 30 quid down. Got in my car, drove away, rushed through all the work, got it done, minted, new sets of laces, full shooting match, right? Silver service. So this is the third time. And I'm not saying, I'm not bitching about there being no payment, because that was the agreement. Got the work done, dropped it off at the barber shop again, and then that was it.
Why was it a barber shop?
I don't know, he must like getting haircuts, I don't know. I'm not sure. But he was obviously going away, right? So next thing he's went away, in Ibiza, time of his life, whatever else. Wearing the shoes and the photos and all that. No tag. I'm like, that's a Snyder. That's an absolute Snyder. So I was fuming. I was more fuming about the parking ticket, right? Because I hate giving money to Glasgow City Council. So I was fuming about that. So then he obviously came back for his holiday. So I've not heard anything. And I was just like, fuck it, whatever. No do that again. 2 weeks later, some company down in England who does the same as us has then obviously asked them to do like a paid partnership.
Right.
To say, we'll do some work for you, whatever else. So see the same trainers that I had done, he's given them because they've obviously been on holiday and he's fucked them. And he's then posted it. And it's a big video, like a big produced video. It's like, I can't believe I found this sneaker cleaning company that will come to your house and do this, pick your shoes up. And I was fuming, man. I was like, going mental, throwing things about. And I'm like, how dare you? But so that was like the first time something like that happened. There's been a few since with like lower level influencers that I think that's just not how you treat people. Like, see, I think if you're on board with somebody and they're doing you a turn and you're doing them a turn, you kind of keep that relationship going. If somebody else offers you, I think it's only fair to say, like, this person should have messaged me and says, listen mate, somebody's asked me to do this is my kind of line of work now, I get paid for partnerships, please don't think it's disrespectful. And I would have went, fair enough mate,
or just tagged you in the fucking pictures.
At least you've got the cojones to basically say, I'm doing that. So like, I think as well, that's maybe advice for like influencers, do that. See if you use a company but you're going to use another company because they're maybe paying you more, or I don't know, whatever it is. Say the first person. Do you know what I mean? Because it's happened to me loads. Like I don't use influencers or anything. I have in the past. I don't know, because I think it's just pure movement on to the next, and then and then the merry-go-round comes back to you again, and it's just like, just don't go around using everybody. Like, just if you've got a company that you like, stick with them. If somebody says to me, listen, I've used you, but blah blah blah, can you pay me now? I'm like, well, probably not, but I'll at least give me the option. Do you know what I mean? So I was raging about that. So that's the only really time that somebody on I wouldn't even say they're a celebrity. What would you class it as a loving? They're somebody that's been on TV.
Bellend.
Yes, a Bellend. So
did you ever reply to him? Did you ever go back to him and go?
I blocked him straight away. No, straight away. I was fuming because then people were sending me it, which I think's embarrassing when it gets to that stage, because people have obviously seen. Because I think I maybe did a post to say that we had done it, but he never shared it and never tagged us or anything. So, but people knew that he'd used us in the past because he had shared it, and then they're sending it to me saying, "Have you seen this, mate?" And I was like, he should be embarrassed, not me. Do you know what I mean? I've not done anything wrong.
Social media detectives.
They'll get on it. It's not.
Somebody will have a name.
I don't think it's a difficult one. He'll probably give me road rage now driving past me. But stuff like that fucking really pisses me off.
Wild, man. I don't think I've had any. I've not had horrendous ones with the pod. I've had loads of folk wanting paid, and you're like, fucking behave, man. Or don't you try and contact?
How much did he want paid?
Somebody asked. I'm not going to name them because there's only one person that's done it. Somebody asked for 600 quid for an hour.
Right, so don't tell us who it is, right? But how famous are they?
Local famous?
Well, put them on a par with somebody else who's of that same...
Famous in Glasgow and maybe Scotland, but that's it.
So,
No
like...
outside.
Oh, I don't want to say who, in case it's the person.
Do it.
What if I get this nailed on? I actually don't know. I actually don't know. This could be tasty. So, like somebody like a Ford Kiernan famous,
Maybe just under that kind of level.
but it's no Ford Kiernan.
No, never
Greg
actually
Hemphill.
tried to get Ford Kiernan.
I think he'd be nice. His TikToks are tremendous. He's
No,
got good patter.
Greg Hemphill's wife I had on, she is one of the nicest
Hooley.
human beings
Miss Hooley.
on the planet.
Did you watch the programme with them? They were travelling around Scotland.
Aye, the wild swimming. Amazing.
Unreal. They're
Aye.
part of his class.
Aye.
I hope they see this. Will she see this? Does she follow
I'll
you?
tag her in it, she does. Aye.
I
Love
like
her.
that.
Love
What's
her.
the story in Ballamory?
Aye.
So, like, Chewing the Fat, and where I lived, where my mum and dad lived, they used to film like Chewing the Fat, Still Game, because Still Game's filmed in Maryhill.
Aye, that's, no, it's filmed in fucking Craig Lang.
Oh, sorry, the first people's bubble there. With that exclusive from the Monday Club
That's like
podcast.
the Messi thing here. Got to start
Oh,
and
man.
keep the picture.
Right, so filmed in Craig Lang. Well, I grew up in Craig Lang, obviously. Fuck's sake, man. So you used to see them all the time, like constantly.
Aye.
It was brilliant. Remember the Baldy Man with Gregor Fisher?
Aye.
That's
do.
me now.
That's right,
But
aye.
that was always filmed in my street.
Rabsy Nisbet.
Do you want me to tell you something? Do you want me to tell you something proper class? See, one time I was a wee guy, I must have been about 13, 14, and I heard this commotion right out in the street. There was like a big yard where my mum and dad died across the road, and there was like hundreds of stuff in it. It was a recording studio.
Right.
And I looked down at the gate. Now I'm a horny wee 13, 14-year-old guy, right? And there's just hundreds of lassies like my age
Right.
standing at the gate to this big yard. And I've opened the window up, gallus as fuck, you know what I mean? Hat on back to front, like, what's happening? And they're like, Westlife are coming. And I was like, fuck off. And they're like, yeah, they are there. And they're up here screaming, and they've all got like throwaway cameras and autograph books and all that. I was like, my mum, I went, Westlife are coming. So my wee sister was pure Westlife daft. And see, to be fair, see every boy for Craig Lang, they're all Westlife daft, right? You will not be able to find a boy for Craig Lang who doesn't love Westlife, and that is a fact, right? I promise you. So I was like, I was quite, aye. So next thing my mum's up at the window and everything, and it's like pure commotion, and it's getting busier and busier and busier. And I'm going down. My dad's like, you're not going to do very well. Like, my mum's like, you stay in. She goes down, bumps into a guy around the corner who works in the yard.
Right.
Says they're coming in to film a music video. My mum, my sister, my cousins round the corner and all that all go in to watch Westlife filming them this like mad intimate gig. And sure enough, they were in the street. So it's a hive of activity, that street of mine.
Jeez.
Aye.
Nah, it wasn't Westlife either.
Nah.
But you get some bonkers. I had an ex-football player wanted $2,500.
Nah.
$2,500.
For what? An hour
For
of their
filming
time?
an episode, aye.
And what, 2 hours max?
Well, no, I said to him an hour. Must it was his agent.
Would they have had good stories?
Aye, but
Was he a current football player?
no.
X? How X? That was a good noise
Let's
there.
see.
That was a proper one.
God, when did he finish playing? Maybe 05, 06 maybe? Well known player.
Still with an agent?
Aye, because he'll be doing the after dinner
Did you?
circuit.
Ah,
He'll be doing all
right,
that as well.
right. There's big money in that, to be fair, so, but this isn't.
Aye, but you're thinking like,
It's not the same thing, is it?
no, and that's the thing, you're like, how do you value your time at $2,500?
See the thing, but see the thing with your podcast though. A lot of people see the Hugh Dallas one, right? So the younger ones that work with me don't know who Hugh Dallas was.
Aye.
They never seen him referee a game. Never seen the level that he goes to. Whether you like Hugh Dallas or no,
Aye.
the guy did well with his career. So that's interesting for them to hear that, like,
Aye.
and to hear the stories that he's got. So you're giving people a platform and an opportunity to tell their stories. Whereas an after dinner event, they stand up, it's just to a drunken crowd and whatever, and they tell the same stories constantly.
Aye.
Whereas that's totally different. You're kind of getting into the nitty gritty a wee bit, and
Aye.
it's a 1-to-1. So I get they maybe want paid, but I think it's totally different. You're not asking for the same money to do
No,
an
mate,
after
it's
dinner to
wild.
come on a podcast.
After that, I'm just like, I'm not even replying to that, man.
See, if anything though, like, do you not think that it's good advertising for them and almost free advertising if they come on for an hour or two if they're not doing anything?
100%.
They then go, more people might book them for after dinner events then and say, I seen you
100%.
on that podcast, that was excellent.
Aye.
I just think speculate to accumulate.
It's mental.
2 years of your time.
Like, I don't think a lot of current players do it because they've obviously got social media teams and all that, and I don't think they're allowed to do as much as. But the ex-players and that. But then it could just be that they've gambled all their money away, or they've fucking invested it badly, or
is that what people pay
trying to make as much money
to
as
go on podcasts? So we should start in
there
the
will be folk
podcast
that
game,
pay.
Gary. We should get in amongst the podcast
Mate,
game.
there should be there will be people. You see guests that appear on podcasts and you're like, there's no way they're doing that for free. No chance. But I just think if you look at it and you're like, well, that podcast isn't making massive amounts of money all day for free. Like an hour of your time.
Aye. That's the thing. It depends if you're in it to make money, which we clearly aren't.
Well, make a fortune off of this.
We just talk shite to each other anyway, so as well, like filming it.
Yep.
I'm desperate to see the calibre of guests that we get on though. Like who actually wants to come on it. And it's
desperate is probably the right word.
Random. Like random.
I'm hoping somebody for Rossi replies right
that.
off the bat.
There is famous people for Lena Zavaroni.
Is she for Rossi?
Is it Zavaroni?
Aye.
She's for Rossi, aye, she's famous.
Aye, but famous what, about 60
years
ago?
Do you know who had a house in Rossi? You don't believe this. Do you know? See the guy, welcome to Jurassic Park. What's his name? No, Richard Attenborough. David Attenborough's the polar bear guy, isn't he?
Aye.
Richard Attenborough.
Right.
So the Jurassic Park,
Aye.
the grandpa.
Aye.
Hammond, he had a house in Rossi. You never knew that, did you?
Didn't know that.
It's got its own castle, it's got its own creamery as well, swimming pool, pavilion. Do you know who I'm going to give a shout out to? Right? This is class. This is, honestly, I'm buzzing, right? Pure, I love nostalgia, I love it coming out. Seen a Friday night in Rossi in the summer holidays. There's a guy called Big Doogie, and I hope Big Doogie is still alive, right? The best guy ever. Big, massive guy. He just, maybe he's no massive, he's maybe smaller than me, but he just seemed massive when you were wee. He wore glasses. He was like Rossi's version of the Singing Kettle, right? Now he had a big event. It was called Big Doogie's at the pavilion in Rossi on a Friday night. And all the mods and dads would go and get absolutely smashed and cheap drink out the pavilion. And the Waynes would all play games like, remember, comb your hair, brush your teeth, Superman, like stuff like that. You did a hokey cokey, you did a balloon dance. It was unbelievable, man. And you would come out of the place lashing a sweat. And I always remember Macarena came out as a single. Big Doogie was the first one to have it. Like, he was up there teaching everybody the Macarena.
Remember folk used to buy singles?
What was the first single you ever bought?
Oh, that's a good question, by the way. Probably like Scatman or something. Can't even think back.
I remember my cousin took me into HMV and I bought, it was like a vinyl record. I think we'd discovered my mum's record player or whatever, and she had old records.
Right.
And it was a Man United one. And the only reason I got it was because she fancied, I think, Ryan Giggs at the time. And she's like, oh, get that. Let's get the Man United squad in the front. Remember, come on, you Reds, keep the button and use your heads.
God, I remember that song.
Glory, Man United. That was the B-side. So I bought that. That was like my first vinyl, and then I think my first single I bought in Rossi, right? This is a big part of my life, by the way. I'm going to be the Duke of Rossi one day. Was the Beastie Boys Intergalactic. And the only reason I bought that was because it had a big cool hamster on the front.
What was the first album you bought, do you remember?
No, it was one I got for Christmas. Again, people just buy me gifts because they want them. I think it was, I got a CD Walkman thing for Christmas one year, and it was the Beautiful South album.
Oh, tunes.
Rotterdam or anywhere, Liverpool or Rome.
I think mine was Garbage 2.0. It was like the big orange cover, Shirley Manson.
No, I don't know.
Mate, what an album.
Do you like country music?
I don't really listen to a lot of it, no.
Mate, it is life-changing. It is life-changing.
Who should I listen to?
Well, Luke Combs is obviously a big, massive one. I just say, Alexa, play country hits. I hope there's no Alexa in here, is it? It would be good, it would be soundtrack. But honestly, mate, I'll start pinging you music.
Right.
Oh, country music's sensational, man.
It's everywhere now.
It's like a big thing. So see, if you come into work with us, you need to like country music, or at least no moan if we put country music on. We've got an line as well. No, I'm not saying it actually. Nah.
Can't just leave it like that.
Right, all right. See if it's shite, we'll cut it out. Right. But see people that come in, it's part of the initiation ceremony, right? No ceremony. But they need to listen to the full version of Hello Sexy. You know that the guy from Aberdeen? I just want to rub your hamstrings, dripping like a knackered fridge. That thing, we make them listen to that full thing. Doesn't matter for a boy or lassie, it's fucking weird, but it's like, have you made them listen to that thing yet?
How did you go up with that?
I don't know. I think I was talking about it one day and then it's just became a thing. So everybody that's worked at Boxfresh knows about Hello Sexy.
That's a good thing to ask, by the way. Like initiations for starting a new job.
Aye.
What have you had?
Building sites are mental,
I would
man.
last 5 minutes for a building site.
Remember, see what we were saying? Like the building structures of buildings in Glasgow must be wild to get the amount of workers you see just sitting smoking hash.
Mate, I don't see work as work. I was just
mental,
sitting scranning or smoking weed.
It's crazy, innit? Everybody's just like, oh, fried. No offence to the guys, do what you've got to do, but just make sure the building's alright. Do you think we'll get hate?
No. Well,
Do you think I'll get hate for wearing my hat back to front?
they might say here, they might come for the middle age thing.
Aye. And we're not middle-aged. 100% we're not middle-aged.
I think
The age of the life expectancies went higher. Do you know how I got bad, right? Do you know how this is how I live my life now. I say to myself, I'll be dead in 30 years. That's the decisions I make now.
you did in a week.
Well, but I will definitely be dead in 30 years. Do you know what I mean? Like if I lived, then you'll definitely be dead in 30 years. Do you know how that's a mad way to think about life? 37.
But you might not be dead at 67.
Is that?
That's not that old.
Fucking retirement age, isn't it? What you got to do?
Just kick about. Go to Benidorm.
Kick about Craig Lang.
Aye, kick about Craig Lang with Westlife calendars.
Right, 40 years in. 40 years. I'll be dead then.
77. Aye, potential you'll be pissing yourself on that then.
But see, with the rate at the pace that I work at, I will definitely be dead in 30 years. Do you know what we should do? A fly-in-the-wall documentary of my days. And I know everybody's busy, right? But it's chaotic. Absolutely. It's organised chaos. But it's nuts.
I prefer something like that though.
So do I, because I know everything that's going on.
Aye.
But I think to myself, how's my heart not exploded?
Aye.
It's nuts.
It's just
And then
saying it.
everything's gone crazy busy, and then I'm like, oh, do you know what I'll do? I'll start another business. That's a great idea. And
But
then
you just get bored. Like my head's constantly worrying with stuff. Even at night, constantly like, could try this, try that.
Aye.
That's how we've ended up in here.
I know. If you could buy yours in a day,
Aye.
That's all you'd spend your money on.
I think the folk that are going to come for you are the Blair Drummond sticker crew.
Aye.
Now that you've told them you can't fight as well,
Kaz
you
Milligan,
basically just...
you've basically propped that up there.
What's he got to come and say?
I don't know. He might want to fight me. Property boss. He might want to get another bout on the go.
I don't think he's...
Somebody messaged me before, like back years ago. It was somebody else that does shoe cleaning. Like, do you want to fight me in a charity boxing match? It would be good for both our businesses. It's a Saturday night, you know what I mean? I was sitting with my mate and I was like, how do you even respond to that? Do I want to fight you? Is that what we're at now? Like, I genuinely don't care about other people that do this. I genuinely don't care.
Take my business, go off from a square.
Honestly, I do not want to fight you, no. Because I'd be mortified if I get beat. You know what I mean?
I'm going to get ball with clip at the you want to fight Kaz Milligan.
Do you want me to say it then? I would like to fight Kaz Milligan in a boxing match. No, it need to be bare knuckle scheme rules. Like, we need to go out in a back court at a tournament.
Mate, he's fighting Nachonovo's about 60-year-old.
I think that's how they should pick political leaders. Like, they should draft
Like
them.
Fight Club?
So see for the general election. No, I don't mean any disrespect to Postle Park, right? I love the place. The people are great, right? But they don't take any shit.
No.
They should, all the leaders, they should get them all and say, right, we're stripping you naked, no phones, no money, no security, no nothing, and we're dumping you in Saracen Street. And
why have they got to be naked?
To be resourceful. How resourceful are you? How fast can you get clothes? Do you know what I mean? Can you tack somebody's full tracksuit? Gives that tracky wee man, I need this. Like, how fast can you get dressed? And then film it, and then whoever comes out on top of that, whoever survives a full day, 24 hours in Postle Park.
We'd need to be like Friday or a Saturday.
A Saturday night, aye. A Saturday night, 100%, and the place is rammed. It's like the fair. It's a fair weekend in Postle. And again, no disrespect to that place. I love it. The people are amazing. But how good would that be?
That would be quite good. Pay-per-view.
Aye, be mental, man. Or just leave them in a pub. Just leave them in the Sarri bar, like just right, sit there.
This is where you start.
Survive. Because they wouldn't last 2 seconds. No. Because they're no like us, they would not last 2 seconds.
Mate, I wouldn't last 2 seconds now.
You would. Last 5 seconds maybe.
Mark your info and stuff on. Right,
Aye.
will we wrap it up there?
I was enjoying it.
Mate,
Can we come back?
Aye, we can come back.
Let's see, right, because it's a pilot, we need to put it to the producers and all that, and then they'll make a decision with the big budgets and say, listen, we're going to invest some money into this and we're going to make it happen again. I've enjoyed this, just talking shit.
Start a GoFundMe.
Aye, so what we need to say to people is that if they want us to talk about it, and just to let us know, put it in the comments.
Yep.
Don't slag us. Don't slag my hat.
That's going to make people slag it.
I can dish it out, but I can't take it back. That's my rule. I say that to everybody. I can slag people, but when people slag me back, I hate it. I just hate it, man.
Why would you say that on the fucking episode?
So that because I think people will be nice to me. Like,
no,
I'm a nice
mate.
guy. I do a lot for charity and stuff like that. I've done remember I did that big soul swap and all that. I'm a good, genuine person, so don't come at me with hate.
Social media doesn't care, mate.
It does.
Well,
it does. If you say to them, like,
some social media platforms won't care.
Aye. Like, I think the people that have got like faced accounts, like with a profile picture and that, they're the nice people.
Why don't we only accept followers then if they've got a faced account and they send us ID?
No, beggars can't be choosers to start with, Gary. Let's be honest, we need every follower that we can get to make this. We're trying to sell out Hampden, you said. We didn't
sell out Hampden?
You said Hampden.
Got to aim high, mate.
I get nervous doing things like this. Like, see if you says to me, we're doing this on a bigger scale, I wouldn't sleep the night before. I'm a mad
What's the worst that could happen?
Hundreds of things.
Dying your arse.
You can't ask that to an overthinker. You can't say what's the worst that could happen. They'll provide a list.
See if you've done a live show like that, the worst thing is, right, you die in your arse. Imagine the content.
Of dying in my arse.
Aye. Folk be talking about it for months.
I've got a reputation to uphold as the Duke of Rossi, I'll have, you know.
I am choking for somebody for Rossi to message a page. I knew Chris back today.
My cousin.
He was my true love.
My cousin. Why the fucking wanker. He wouldn't.
Somebody will message but he was the one that got away from me.
I genuinely love it. I love the place, mate. I'm actually going to go back this summer. Do you know what? I'll vlog it. But the thing is, see with things like that, I know you're trying to get us out here, right? But
don't fucking vlog it and plate up your dinner or anything like that. I swear to God.
But the thing like that is, I think when you go back to something that you remember pure fondly for it's never the same, isn't it?
No, and you might end up like, this is pure shite.
Aye, like if I went up and vlogged up the woods with a 3 litre bottle of Frosty Jack, it probably wouldn't have the same effect as
you'd end up
as what it did when I was like 14.
You'd be full of watching.
Aye. You'd be one of the dirty old men.
Aye.
Stay away from that dirty old man.
That bad man over there. Aye,
I hope you don't cut that bit out and then this bit's right out of context. You know what I mean? I'm not a dirty old man, right?
I'm just going to clip it so like Gaz Milligan's a dirty old man.
I'll be in charge of the clipping, right? I'll do the clipping.
You clip away, mate. That's fine.
Nah, I won't, because I'm pure technophobe. I'm rotten at that kind of stuff. So listen, this has been good, hasn't it?
It has been good.
This has been good.
Aye,
it's been vibey.
It has been. And then if you get in touch, let us know what you want us to talk about. Send us some dilemmas. Send us things we need to talk about and work out for you. And we'll do it.
Aye, like problems.
Aye.
Problems.
Things that are on your mind. Send them our way.
People that we can bitch about as well. Fuck it. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. For the next if we do another episode, I'll just name drop. Right, I'll just name names.
If we get like
bitch about people.
If we get like 1,000 followers, will you name that guy for your trainer issue?
Aye.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I'll even go further. I'll
go to Susan and vlog it.
Stories. I've got really bad stories, man. Like proper bad. Been doing this 6.5 years. We've seen some mad shit. So I'll go to town. If we get 1,000 followers.
There you go.
Within 24 hours.
No.
Within
a week.
No, because that's a lot for me to unload. You can't just.
We'll say the name one for 1,000.
This could ruin me, Gary. Could ruin my business.
1,000 followers for the story. Folk will put it together anyway.
I know.
You've said it's a guy right off the bat. So you split it down.
I know. There's no many.
No.
Scottish Love Islanders, is there?
No.
Right, we're stringing this out. Let's go home. Let's compose ourselves
and plan for episode. Are we calling it episode 1 or episode 2? If that's a pilot.
No, pilot. This is pilot.
Right, so the next one's episode 1 then.
Yep.
Right.
Aye, in case this is shite.
It's no shite.
We might need to do another pilot.